Everyone, today I am going to talk about Z test. So, what is Z test? Z test is a statistical tool that is used for the comparison or determination of the significance of several statistical measures, particularly the mean in a sample for a normal distributed population or between two independent samples. Like other tests, like the t test and other tests, z tests are also based on the normal probability distribution. The z test is the more commonly used statistical tool in research methodology, with it being used for studies where the sample size is larger than the 30. That means the n is greater than the 30. In case of the z test, the variance is usually known to us. The z test is more convenient than the t test and the other test, as the critical value of at each significance level in the confidence intervals is the sample for all the sample sizes. A z score is a number indicating how many standard deviations or above or below of the mean population is. If we talk about the formulas that are used for the z test, these are some of the formulas which are for normal population distribution, that is z equals to x bar plus mu divided by sigma square root n. In this, x bar is the mean of the sample and mu is to be the assumed mean and sigma is the standard deviation and n is the number of observations. And z test for the difference in mean will be calculated by the another formula, that is z is equal to x1 bar minus x2 bar divided by under root of sigma square 1 upon n1 plus 1 upon n2. In this, x1 bar and x2 bar are the two means of samples, sigma is the standard deviation of the samples, and n1 and n2 are the number of observations of the two samples. If we talk about the z test, have two parts, that is one sample z test and the two sample z test, which we'll talk about one by one. Firstly, we talk about the one sample z test. In the one sample z test, it is used to determine whether a particular population parameter, which is mostly mean, significantly different from an assumed value. It helps to estimate the relationship between the mean of the samples and the assumed mean. In this case, the standard normal distribution is used to calculate the critical value of the test. If the z value of the sample being tested falls into the criteria for the one-sided test, the alternative hypothesis will be accepted instead of the null hypothesis. One sample test would be used when the study has to be test whether the population parameter being tested is either low or higher than some of the hypothesized value. A one sample z test is assumed that the data are a random sample collected for a normal distributed population that all have the same mean and same variance. The hypothesis implies that the data is continuous and the distribution is symmetric. Based on the alternative hypothesis, a set of study for one-sided z test can be either a left side z test or the right side z test. And for the instance, we can say that if our h0 ratio mu naught is equal to mu and ha ratio mu is lower than the mu naught, such test would be a one-sided test, or more precisely a left tail test, and there is more one rejection area, only the left tail of the distribution. However, if h0 ratio mu is equal to mu naught and ha ratio mu is greater than the mu naught, this is also the one tail test and the rejection region is present on the right tail of the curve. And now we talk about the two sample z test, that is the another part of the z test. In this case of the two sample z test, two normally distributed independent samples are required. A two-tailed z test is performed to determine the relationship between the population parameters of two samples. In the case of the two-tailed z test, the alternative hypothesis is accepted as long as the population parameter is not equal to the assumed value. The two-tailed z test is appropriate when we have h0 ratio mu is equal to mu naught and ha ratio mu is not equal to mu naught, which may mean mu is greater than mu naught or mu naught is greater than mu. Thus, in the two-tail test, there are rejection regions, one on each tail of the curve. And now we talk about some of the applications of the z-test. The z-test is performed in studies where the sample size is larger and the variance is known. And it is also used to determine if there is a significant difference between the mean of the two independent samples. Thirdly, the z-test can also be used to compare the population proportion to an assumed proportion or to determine the difference between the population proportion of the two samples. So, at the end, what we have concluded from the previous slides, that the samples, talking about the sample size, the z-test is generally performed when the sample size is larger than the 30. And if we talk about types of distribution of population, the z-test is performed on the samples that are normally distributed. And if we talk about the assumptions, the z-test is based on an assumption that all the key points on the samples are independent. And the variance and the standard deviation, in this, the variance or the standard deviation is known in the z-test. And if we talk about the distribution, in a normal distribution, the average is considered 0 and the variance is 1. And then another point, the population parameters. In this, the z-test can also be used to compare the population proportion. And if we talk about convenience, z-test is more convenient as it has some critical value for the different sample sizes. Thank you. I hope you find this video informative.